The Legal Aid and Empowerment Project for Vulnerable Groups in Gaza. The Legal Aid and Empowerment Project aims to promote the rule of law and access to justice for vulnerable groups in the Gaza Strip. This initiative is being supported by the United Nations Development Program and funded by the government of Japan. The project goal is to recognize the importance of legal empowerment as a means of comprehensive community development. Promoting access to justice for vulnerable groups is a constitutional principle and is a way of promoting peace and security through a stable legal system that respects human rights. The project comes at a time where the Gaza Strip has been faced with continuous war, an unjust siege, and a crippling local economy. These difficult conditions have deeply affected the people of Gaza, increasing unemployment and soaring poverty rate. The judicial system, particularly the rule of law, has been severely affected as a result. Therefore, this project targets vulnerable communities by providing free legal aid services to assist those living in abject poverty to find solutions to their legal problems and to combat inequality within Palestinian civil society. The project is being implemented by local partners who have taken upon themselves the task of promoting legal justice in Gaza. These partners are the Palestinian Bar Association, the Al-Azhar University School of Law, in partnership with 3 centers of women unions and 6 community-based organizations that are distributed all over the Gaza Strip, including the Al-Ata Charity Association in Beit Hanun, the Aisha Association in Gaza, the Women's Affairs Center in Gaza, the Coalition for Justice in Nusrat, the Culture and Free Thoughts Association in Khan Yunis, and the National Society for Democracy and Law in Rafah. The project has started organizing intensive workshops with members of the legal community to identify the legal needs of Palestinian civil society. This has been followed by conducting a legal aid mapping study to review the legislative process, current legal services that are provided, and to assess gaps in the system. The legal aid database has been launched as a mechanism to systematically collect and analyze data. This is the first of its kind in a system that lacks comprehensive legal information, which in return has hindered legal and legislative development in the Gaza Strip. 12 legal aid clinics have opened to provide free legal aid and facilitate access to justice for vulnerable groups. These clinics are located all over the Gaza Strip in order to reach the poorest and most marginalized communities. One of the main components of the project has been the establishment of the network of legal aid providers in Gaza, also known as العون. The network helps partners draw policies, engage in capacity building, and exchange legal expertise in order to establish an effective referral system that is based on proper coordination with professional groups and community-based organizations to ensure that vulnerable groups have access to our legal aid clinics. The project was initiated with a needs assessment and consultation workshops. The project began as a way to provide a new type of legal support and to institutionalize the concept of legal aid services. It was necessary to identify the main needs in order to begin the implementation of the project. Therefore, a series of consultation workshops were organized with judges, lawyers, jurists, and members of civil society, including both men and women. The goal of the workshops was to define and outline who would be targeted as a vulnerable group, to see what are their needs, and to determine what kind of legal services they require and how they will benefit from our legal services in particular. Another goal was to identify the training needs of lawyers and project staff. Moreover, the consultation workshops addressed the practical and legislative situation of legal aid as well as obstacles facing it and ways to develop a more comprehensive national system. Discussions also touched upon the problems and obstacles encountered by specific groups of legal practitioners such as young male and female lawyers that are performing their duties in courts, in communities, and fieldwork. The legal aid database system is one of the most important aspects of this project, as it collects and analyzes data that is submitted by our project's partners. The system helps us identify which issues are occurring the most and what type of legal issues people are having. It assists us in avoiding duplication and removes inconsistencies that may occur. It helps us maintain a professional and confidential relationship with our clients by creating a secure system. The system facilitates the referral of cases as well among members of the network of legal aid providers. The system is not only important for the information it holds, but also helps facilitate the job of legal researchers and supports an informed decision-making process by using this data for policymakers. Launching the legal aid mapping study. A team of legal professionals were assigned to conduct a comprehensive legal and social study in the Gaza Strip. It included information and statistics about various governmental agencies, NGOs, and institutions that provide legal aid. The study did overlook Palestinian legislation concerning legal aid and analyzed legal texts that dealt with the principle of legal aid. The research gave us a comprehensive assessment of the status of legal aid services in the Gaza Strip, which helps us in drafting strategies to establish a national legal aid system in Palestine. The establishment of legal aid clinics. The legal aid clinic is one of the mechanisms that provide free legal aid to vulnerable groups through specialized units. Legal aid is provided by the legal clinics on 3 levels, through legal information, legal advice, and legal representation. In addition, socio-psychological support may be provided if necessary. The legal aid clinics may bring issues and problems to surface that have not been taken into consideration in the past, simply because those problems concerns vulnerable groups who have not been able to present their cases to the justice community due to its cultural sensitivity. May 11, 2011 is an historic day for the legal community in Palestine, as it marks the establishment of the first legal aid clinic in the Gaza Strip. Following that, 12 other legal aid clinics have opened across the Gaza Strip. The services of legal aid clinics have been welcomed by the public and has been met with positive feedback. People have found these clinics as a safe haven to get information about their rights, and our current records show that the numbers of beneficiaries have exceeded our target number for these past 4 months. The launching of the media campaign. It was necessary to think of a strategic way to reach out to people and introduce the project to the public, especially our target groups. A series of media campaigns have been launched via radio, publications, brochures, and posters which have been distributed to the public and through NGOs. We have launched an advertising campaign with large banners showcasing information about the project across the Gaza Strip. The media campaign has been successful, and we have seen an increase of visits to the clinic since its launch. The capacity building and training program is to develop the legal skills of project staff, lawyers, and CSOs. Training also includes current law students, recent law school graduates to further educate them in regards to legal issues and develop managerial skills needed to facilitate the project as well as communication skills. The libraries of the Palestinian Bar Association in both Gaza and Khan Yunis and the library of the School of Law of Al-Azhar University have been updated with books, periodicals, and classification systems. In addition to this, the Palestinian Bar Association's website has been updated, and a legal aid website has been launched to provide lawyers with legal resources. We have hired professional trainers in these respective fields to conduct trainings with staff to really advance legal aid. The establishment of the network of legal aid providers, also known as العون. This network is one of the main outcomes of the project, as all teams working under this project have collaborated their efforts to provide the highest level of legal aid services. The objectives of the العون network are to exchange experiences, outline policies related to legal aid, and to identify the needs of vulnerable groups, and also to run and manage a legal aid database, and establish standards for a referral system between partners. On May 2, 2011 marks the establishment of the network of legal aid providers. The Palestinian Bar Association hosted the event, and the partners signed a Memorandum of Understanding on May 24, 2011, and on June 7, 2011, the network's bylaws were endorsed. The most significant accomplishment has been the creation of an effective referral system in cooperation with medical associations, labor unions, community and youth organizations to secure access of vulnerable groups to legal aid clinics. A recent accomplishment of the project has been the establishment of the Legal Aid Task Force under the UN Protection Cluster. This working body will play a key role in drafting strategic policy concerning legal aid in Gaza. The project's partners will be working with the sub-working group as well. The war on Gaza had a significant toll on the people of Gaza, socially, culturally, economically, and even in legal terms. In addition, the project has also helped draft policy on the plight of owners of demolished homes. During the reconstruction process by some international relief agencies, ownership documents were required, and in many cases, people did not have the proper ownership documentations. We then formulated a non-formal focus group in cooperation with the NRC and other legal agencies to come up with finding practical legal solutions. This is just the beginning of efforts to establish the rule of law and access to justice for Palestinians, and hopefully with your support we will be able to find practical solutions to the many problems people face in the Gaza Strip.